Namaste. Welcome to the final video in our Kubernetes Beginner Series. Now, if you remember, in our Kubernetes Services video, we saw how to expose one single application to the outside world. But for production systems, there's never a single app. There are multiple applications. We actually want one smart front door for our entire cluster. Something that reads each incoming request and routes it to the right application automatically. And the object which does this is Kubernetes Ingress. So let's understand the why, the what, and the how in today's video. So let's get started. Let's understand the problem first. In the services video, we exposed one app using a load balancer. The cloud gave us the public IP and the traffic flowed directly to the pods. For a single application, this works fine. Like one app, one front door, simple. But of course, production has many apps. So let's count the real cost. A typical production setup has a front end, back end, API, admin dashboard, and a lot of other things. And it keeps on growing. With only load balancer services, every single one of these will need its own load balancer. So if there are 10 apps, there will be 10 load balancers and your bill will increase 10 folds. You're basically paying for 10 front doors when your user just wanted a single website. And cost is not even the worst part. Every app now has a different IP address. That means a separate DNS record for everyone. And your users juggling a handful of different entry points into what is supposed to be a single product. There is no smart routing. A load balancer just forwards everything to one service. It cannot look at the request and decide this one should go to API and that one should go to blog. And thus the HTTPS becomes a real nightmare. You would have to set up and renew SSL certificates separately for every load balancer. So this is where Ingress helps. Let's understand this with an analogy. Think of a big gated society with several wings. Wing A, B, C, and there are hundreds of rooms inside it. Now this whole society has one main gate and everyone has to enter through that main gate. At the gate sits a security guard. When you arrive, you inform the guard about which wing and house number you want to go. And the guard knows the direction of each wing, like A is to the right, wing B is to the left. He has this information written somewhere. Consider that as a register. The guard understands your request and guides you accordingly so that you reach the right house. Now let's map this to the Kubernetes. The one main gate is your single entry point. One load balancer, one public IP for the entire cluster. Not one per app, one for everything. The register or the information register at the gate, which has the list of wings, that is the ingress. It is not the person. It is just written rules that say these kind of requests go to that service. Different wings are like your services and behind them are your pods. And what you ask the guard or tell the guard, which wing or which house, that is the host name or the path in the request. And we'll see how that works in a moment. One important detail here, the ingress you create is just the rule, the register. And the guard himself, that is the controller, the ingress controller. A real program you install and run inside your cluster. Now examples are Traefik, HA proxy, or the one supplied by your cloud provider. It watches for ingress rules and does the actual routing work. So if you create an ingress but you have not installed an ingress controller, then obviously nothing will happen. No routing, nothing. It is a register with nobody standing there to read it. Remember what you tell the guard at the gate? The wing name, the house number. In Kubernetes, those are the host name and the path. And each one gives you a way to route. So the ingress can route traffic in two primary ways. The first is path-based routing. Same domain, but whatever comes after the / decides where the request goes. So let's say we have a website called example.com, where example.com/shop goes to the shop service and the example.com/API goes to the API service. Same domain, but the path decides which application or service you want to access. Second type here is host-based routing. Here the domain itself decides the destination. So shop.example.com goes to shop service and api.example.com goes to the API service. The path can be the same, but the host name is what routes the request. And you can combine both as well, like route by host first and then by path within it. Like shop.example.com then /groceries or electronics. That is how one ingress can be in front for an entire platform of applications. Now remember the HTTPS problem that we discussed at the start, a separate certificate on every load balancer? Yeah, Ingress fixes that too, because all traffic now enters through one guard. You configure your SSL certificate in one place, and that is on the Ingress. The Ingress controller handles the HTTPS handshake for every app behind it. This is called TLS termination. One certificate, one place, protecting every app in the cluster. We won't do a full HTTP setup in this beginner demo, but it is important you should know the reason why the teams use Ingress. Let's start with the demo. So what I've done is I've created two deployments, Apple deploy and banana deploy, both having one replica, the simple HTTP echo image. So you'll just see you reached Apple or you reached banana, and it listens on port 5678. Similarly, I've created the services as well. I've already created it in the Killercoda. So let's check. Get pods, it's running, get service. This is running perfectly fine. Now we need to expose it using Ingress. So in this project, we'll not be using ingress-nginx because that project was archived in March 2026. So there will be no bug fixes or security patches. It will still run, but there will be no development. So instead of ingress-nginx, we'll be using Traefik Ingress Controller. Let me clear the screen. Let's create our Ingress resource. Before that, let's open the documentation. And here is the example. Now here the API version is networking kits .io/version1. Then kind is Ingress, that is what defines the object. This is the name. This is the Ingress class name. Here the name is nginx. We will be using Traefik, and this is a path. This is example for path based one. So //test path, and path type is prefix. And then we mention the backend. So we have two services. For the first part, we will show just for the Apple. We'll see. Then we'll add both the services, Apple and banana. Let me quickly copy it. Let's name it as fruit ingress.yaml. Let's paste our example. This all will remain same. So rename this. We'll be using Traefik class, and a path we will for now keep it as Apple. We have Apple and banana. So /Apple will take us to the Apple website. Not that Apple, our Apple site. And service, we have named it as Apple service. So this will be its backend, and we are exposing the service will be running on port number 80 here. Let's create it over here as well. kubectl get ingress. Okay, our Ingress is created, but we have not installed the Traefik Ingress controller yet. So nothing. It's not going to do anything as of it. So let's install the Traefik Ingress controller. Let's Google it, installation, and we can directly copy it from Google. Adding the repo and running the update. So we are installing it using Helm. A namespace is needed. Then the actual installation. It is done. Let's verify if everything is installed. Looks like everything is installed. Now here, since we are not running it on cloud controller, so this will always remain pending, and by default instead of load balancer it will be using NodePort. So Traefik is installed on this port 30,045. Let's see our Ingress. Let's run describe Ingress, and this is set /Apple. Since we are running it on Killercoda, we will not be able to access it on a web browser. On a cluster where you can access it internally, what you can do is get the node IP like this. Get nodes -o wide. This is the node internal IP, and check this service kubectl get service for Traefik. So -n namespace. So the service is running on this port, and then we have hosted /Apple on it. So logically what you'll have to do is take this IP in the browser and then colon this port where it is hosted and slash Apple, because they are forwarding it to Apple using the host path, right? This one, host path. So inside the cluster you can do curl like this, curl HTTP, just to verify if our host routing is working. Let's copy this. Port is 30,445 / Apple. It will say you have reached Apple. Now in Killercoda you can do it in another format or another form, where you just expose your port 30445, access it, and of course we'll have to put / Apple. So here it shows you have reached Apple, and this is working fine. Let's add the banana service as well. Now in Ingress we just have to copy this here. We need to have the right indentation at the right level. Instead of Apple, it can banana, and the service is banana service. Let's fix the indentation. Now everything looks correct. Save it. Let's add it on our site, on our Killercoda as well. Run it. -f root ingress. Okay, it says it's configured. Now our Apple was already working. Let's just change it to banana, and you can see it's working for that as well. So this is path based routing, where you're adding the routing based on the different path. If it is Apple, it goes to Apple. If it is banana, it goes to banana. And we can check that inside the cluster as well using the curl command, like we did just before. Now let's see how the host based routing works. Host ingress.yaml. Now for path based routing, we mentioned different paths, Apple and banana, but for host one, we will be mentioning the different host, and the backend service is same, Apple service and banana service. So let's create it. So we have host ingress created as well, and there are two hosts, apple.banana, apple.local and banana.local. Let's get our ingress first, and let's call apple.local or banana.local. Now we can use curl -h to fake the call from apple.local and HTTP. This is the host IP, as in node IP. This was a port, the ingress port. So if I do this, it says you have reached Apple. Now if I just change the host to banana, it will say you have reached the banana app. Okay, so this is the host based routing. So now we understand how the host or path based routing is done, and then how the host based routing is done. Before we wrap up, one important thing. Ingress has been the standard way to route external traffics for years, and you'll see it in most clusters today. So learning it is absolutely necessary. But the community is now moving towards a new, more powerful successor called as the Gateway API. It handles everything Ingress does, plus a lot more advanced routing, better support for teams sharing a cluster, and traffic types beyond HTTPS. You do not need it yet. First, you need to master Ingress, and every concept you learn today will carry forward. Gateway API is a topic for a more advanced series. For now, you just know the direction the ecosystem is heading. So nothing you see later surprises you. Quick recap. Exposing every app with its own load balancer is expensive. Gives you scattered IPs, no smart routing, and painful per HTTPS. Ingress is one smart front door for the whole cluster, a set of rules that routes each request to the right service. like the security guard at the society's main gate. But rules alone do nothing. You need an ingress controller, the actual guard like Traefik, to read the rules and route traffic. No controller, no routing. There are two ways to route: path-based, same domain, different paths like /shop/API. Host-based, different domains like shop.example.com or api.example.com, and you can combine both as well. Bonus, Ingress handles HTTPS in one central place, so one certificate protecting all the apps behind it. Now, if there is one single thing to take away from this video, don't give every app its own front door. Put one smart ingress in front and let it route the whole cluster. Now you know all the basics of Kubernetes: pods, deployment, services, namespaces, secrets, config maps, persistent volumes and claims, and now Ingress as well. So you now have the foundation to work with Kubernetes in the real world. I'm working on an end-to-end Kubernetes project, so stay tuned to see how the implementation goes. As usual, if you have any comments, put that in the comment section. Till then, keep learning.